Okay, another very beautiful, beautiful weekend is right here with us, and we are back. Glad to be back, talking sports, giving you this breakfast, super breakfast show in the exciting, electrifying world of sports. Welcome to Sports Safari. Another beautiful package awaits you. Ighalo is my name. Always a pleasure talking sports right here and putting you in the proper shape and frame of mind for the big sporting weekend. What can I tell you? After 2 months of lockdown as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic that shut down the world, including sports, it looks like, and I tell you, I can confirm to you, that sports is coming back. The prayers of the righteous availeth much. Fervent prayers, I tell you, and answers are rolling in from all sides and all angles, I tell you. Pastor Chris has held the fort, making sure that everything reopens. And so he declared the month of May, the month of reopening. What can I tell you? Testimonies upon testimonies upon testimonies. The churches are reopening, the businesses are reopening, offices are reopening, government workers back to work, private sector back to work, and now sports is following. Thank you so much, Pastor. The month of May has been a month of testimony. Welcome to Sports Safari. This promises to be another interesting package. And as sports reopens, our focus and our talking point is the fate of football in the midst of the new rules handed out in the era of the COVID-19 pandemic. And I give it to you. As football returns across Europe and across the world, how would the new rule in the midst of pandemic affect the round leader game? That would be our focus. I'm not alone on the show this very beautiful occasion. My 5 and 6, the one who can also sneak from the defense to play false 9, is right here in the studio, Bala Ogidiabe.
Oh.
Hey, Bala.
The veteran himself.
Come on.
I greet you. It's always good, not just good, it's always a mind-bubbling, excitement always fills me when I'm here to talk sports, and also when I'm here to relate with you with what's been happening in the world of sports, and of course with the veteran himself. And like you said, Pastor was really divine, I say, testimony for us, because
it's a rare gift to the world.
If some people talk about a man of God, if you don't understand the word, you don't know, because they know. Pastor has been giving us a lot of talks. He has been exposing a lot of truths even before they happen, and all the media can see, all mainstream media can see sometimes it's just what they don't know, because they are deflecting from what it is. Pastor, we really honor you and we thank you for everything. The month of opening, and for me as a sports lover, it's such a blessing, I should say.
I tell you.
And for Sports Safari,
we could be back here talking sports. Wow.
Wow.
In the month of March, when everything was getting locked down, it was looking really bleak, and nobody could tell when sports would be back. Yeah. Every part of the world, football was shutting down, cycling was shutting down, boxing was shutting down, rugby was shutting down, and more sports shut down.
And even more scary,
indefinitely. But thank God for answered prayers.
Yeah.
And we are back.
We are back on Sports Safari.
Right. It's coming back. We were here penultimate Saturday.
Of course.
And we gave them that song, It's Coming Back. It's coming back. Football's coming back. All right. Football's coming back. Across Europe, Bundesliga set the pace running, and other leagues are following suit. In the course of the program, we shall be telling you, the dates where all the leagues will be reopening. And also in the course of the program, a FIFA-graded referee assessor, Dele Aton, I call him Super Ref, the man who explains all the rules of the game, will join us from Skype, from his location, and we shall be discussing officiating in the midst of the pandemic rules to guide football back. All right, let's take a quick break. When we return, we shall be serving you more on this program.
Dizemos não ao racismo.
Nein zum Rassismus.
Nej till rasism.
Nee tegen racisme.
No to racism.
No al racismo.
El mejor jugador del mundo, Cristiano.
The greatest player in the history of Real Madrid, the finest goal scorer in the history of the Champions League.
You are watching possibly the greatest footballer ever, at the absolute peak of his powers.
And then Ronaldo!
Look at this, Kevin. It's a brilliant run from Messi. Going to go all the way. Now they turns into trouble. Brilliant footwork. Amazing goal.
Messi! Ronaldo! Oh, Messi! What a goal! Not too far out for him.
Priceless goal from Lionel Messi. Ronaldo! Unbelievable! Messi shot. Messi! Oh, you beauty!
Who is the best player in the world?
We talked about Messi last week, didn't we? Or 2 weeks ago, I should say. And now it's all about Cristiano Ronaldo. Those two just keep pushing each other on, pushing the boundaries of greatness.
Exactly, and would they have been able, that's the question that I always ask myself, would they have been able to do this and keep this up, the relentlessness that they've shown without each other? Would, if they was out on their own, no one else around, would they continue to have done this? That's the question I ask.
They probably do add to the motivation.
Yeah, 100%. I think all the great sportsmen in the world have always had that someone else to feed off, and I think this is another great rivalry in football. They don't talk about it. Seems like there's a bit of a respect between them. They don't ever mention each other really, but they're just phenomenal to watch. And that people try and make comparisons of who's better, etc. Just enjoy them, man.
They're very different footballers as well in many ways, and what makes one better than the other.
Yeah, forget the comparisons. They're setting standards. We're taking them for granted. We're expecting goals in big games to change games. They do it week in, week out. They're out on their own. As you say, completely different, but enjoy them. And even though they give off a different persona from the outside, and we see them differently, that hunger is the same. It just looks differently from the outside. They're both pushed on. They both want to beat each other, which has created this monster in both of them.
They both deliver at the right time. They both deliver in big games. We've seen them score in Champions League finals, in huge matches all over the world. They're different footballers. One's diminutive, one's a kind of Adonis, but they give so much to the game.
Yeah, they do, and they create highlight reel after highlight reel after highlight reel, and it's just phenomenal. That just each game, even at the weekend just gone, Messi comes off the bench, rescues the game for Barcelona. They're doing it week in, week out, and we talk about players that get to the top. There's many players that get there and stay there for a year or two.
Yeah.
These lot have been there for 10, 12 years doing it, and when you look back and you start looking at the stats, like we said before the game, he's almost, I think he's a goal off 650 goals, Ronaldo. That is more than I had appearances. How about you? Similar?
Yeah, similar.
It's like, it's ridiculous. So to see it when you put it down like that, these guys are just
difficult for everybody else. You can't live with that.
No.
When individuals that good in a team, it makes it very hard for every other team to deal with.
You can talk about players from different eras, and that's kind of unfair as well because things change in the game.
Yeah.
The pitches are much better now that they play on. The facilities are better. The diet, everything is much better, isn't it now?
Yeah.
So it's hard to compare players from different generations, but the numbers. The numbers, the statistics of these two are truly extraordinary.
Yeah, that's what stands out. And the game is a lot quicker, I have to say now. So these things probably level themselves out. Great players in different eras will be great players anyway. But as you say, the numbers make a difference. People can overlook stats. You can't. They smack you in the face. The stats are incredible. To say that he's scored more goals than appearances for Real Madrid, 650. I mean, that's abnormal.
I mean, I don't want to butter you up too much, you two guys, but you two world-class players, and you sit there, and we watch players, and you're thinking, you're in awe of them in many ways, and they're at a different level to world class.
Yeah, you can't look at that. Like they're up there somewhere, and all the other players in the world don't care what their egos are saying and what they think of themselves. They're looking up there going, I wish and I can't get to that level. They ain't going to get to that level. It's just, it's like Frank said, it's abnormal. But what I would say about what it gives a team when you've got a player like that in your team, the confidence that spreads throughout the team that we do our jobs right, we just get it right ourselves, keep the back door shut, no goals against. He will score us a goal. He'll get us a chance minimum.
I remember when I played against Diego Maradona and met him on a couple of occasions, obviously '86, the World Cup game where, not the handball goal, but the other goal. It was the one time in my whole career where I felt like I ought to applaud. I mean, you get those sort of moments of players having a respect for genius.
Yeah, and that, sorry to interrupt, Frank, but them type of goals, like as a football fan, I remember the commentary on that goal. You know, that turns, a little squat man, like you remember things like that. It's like today, people remember where they were when that goal went in, and likewise, the Zidane goal in the Champions League final. These goals create great memories, and you remember that occasion and that time, what you was doing, what you was wearing, etc. Unbelievable.
I think, well, I can't split them at the moment, but I think they are over all the eras. And you know, we see old videos, it's not easy to compare, but the ruthlessness, not just the ability, but the hunger and the ruthless finishing.
And the longevity.
Longevity, game after game, year after year, scoring in important games, things that we take for granted. It's not been done before to this level, it hasn't.
It's Ronaldo. He's done it! He has only gone and done it! Could this be the hat-trick before half-time? Oh, brilliant! The most talented footballer of his generation. Cristiano Ronaldo takes his time, still got time. Oh, 2-0. Messi away from 2, 3, 4. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. How good is he? Cristiano Ronaldo! Who else on a big night? Good ball. Ronaldo, he's onside. He's beaten the defence. He draws Valdez. Cristiano Ronaldo with a platinum touch. Lionel Messi! Oh my goodness! Lionel Messi does it again. He's superhuman. Another chapter in the incredible story of this little man.
Okay, so great to have you back, and we are all set to roll in another exciting merry-go-round trip into the exciting world of sports, electrifying world of sports, I tell you. And if you've just joined us, you are right on time. Wherever you're watching us around the world, we are going to thrill you. Just make sure you stand by your phone. When the phone lines come open and come live, you will also contribute. As I said, we shall be talking about something very, very, akin to everybody. Football is on the major topic scorecard. We're also joined here once again by another of the bubbling football and sports analyst himself, and we are glad to have him back as sports is reopening all around the world. Everything is coming back together. Welcome to Sports Safari once again, Paul Owurum. Nice to have you back here, brother. I love your smiles all the time. Connect and stay blessed. Welcome.
It's always a great pleasure to be on this platform. The pandemic is not enough to hold us down.
It can't hold us down.
It has been characterized by various controversies. Some of us believe that a lot of things have gone into it, but we know that with the Almighty, it is not enough to stop us. We shall continue to march forward.
We are marching forward.
But Paul, I just want to ask you, I heard your guy in the news, Wilder. Wilder is saying he wants to collect money. Come on. Come on. Your guy, Wilder, come on.
10 million? 10 million?
What's the reason why we do this? It's because of the money. Okay, but if you ask me, there is an unfinished business between himself and Fury.
Unfinished business.
And that business has to be finished. There's a controversy surrounding it.
Don't worry, we have the story for you today. We have the story for you. We have the story for you today.
That business has to be finished. I like that. Okay, let's tell you properly that the talking point, as we mentioned earlier on, shall be as football returns across Europe. How would the new rules in the midst of the pandemic affect the round leather game? And we shall be talking from the point of view of officiating. Remember the other day we talked about the fans and the players. So let's talk about officiating this time around. But you can share your views with us, and you can call the studio line as we open studio lines in the course of the program. The number is 0803 111-8975. And you can also send us SMS only to 081-66-722-459. You can receive your contributions. But you can also join the chat room on King's Chat Super User at Love World Plus. Facebook, we are there on Love World Plus channel, and tweet at us at Love World Plus, all lower caps. Instagram, you can also join the discussion out there on Instagram, lovewordplus.tv, or simply send us your contribution to hashtag Love World Plus Sports Safari.
We have all those cards. I think all the cards should be on the screen for our viewers to be able to see the question of the day and, of course, the quiz of the day, the talking points. We have all that on e-cards. Can we have them on the screen, please?
Okay, so I take that again. As football returns across Europe, that's the talking point, and across the world, how would the new rules in the midst of the pandemic affect the round leader game? I say again, how would the new rules, you know what the new rules, we gave the new rules out in our last outing. How would it affect the round leader game? Okay, so that is the talking point. And of course, like Bala also said, we have, as usual, every weekend we give out fantastic prizes for a simple question. All rules apply. So you are out. Don't answer. When was English Premier League inaugural season, and which team won it? Wow. What a simple question. When was the Bala? Come on, you are banned from answering. When was the English Premier League inaugural season, and which team won it? We shall be giving out the answers at the end of the program, but you can call us on 08031118975 to give us your answers, and then send us SMS on 081-66-722-459. Join the chat room, I tell you, join the chat room. The conversation continues. It's bubbling out there on King's Chat Super User account, and that is at Love World Plus. Facebook, where they are, join the discussion at Love World Plus channel, and tweet at us at Love World Plus, all lower caps. I tell you, Instagram, the discussion is alive at loveworldplus.tv. Simply also send us hashtag Love World Plus Sports Safari, and we'll get your contributions. Okay. All right, I tell you, fantastic prizes to be won, including bumper recharge cards. But let's quickly take a look at what the news is saying. And I'm told that we have Dele Aton on the Skype right now, joining us from a location in Lagos. Let's quickly take that call before we go to the rest of the program, guys. It's a loaded package. Hello, Ref.
Yes, sir.
Great to have you join us. Where are you? Where are you at now? In Nigeria?
I'm super excited to be part of the show. I heard the man in the studio saying that the pandemic is not enough to hold him down. Though not in the studio now, but the pandemic is not enough to hold me down too. I'm presently in Agege, Lagos, very close to you. I can even jog down, you know. But technology has made it better, and we are here.
Thank you so much for joining us from Agege, Lagos, Southwest Nigeria. Dele Aton is a FIFA-graded referee assessor and the man who explains all the rules. And that's why we brought him all the way into the program. Ref, our talking point really is the fate of football in the midst of the pandemic. The new rules listed by organizers of football across Europe, just to see that football returns in all of these crises around the world. What is your take on that topic, the fate of football? You know the rules that we are talking about. I don't have to give it to you, you know already, so that you don't give me a yellow card or red card, you know. But no touching, no contact.
Because of, hello, Dele, how you doing, Dele? Dele, how you doing?
Good morning this morning.
Okay.
I'm fine. Good morning.
You know, the veteran is telling you, based on our viewers, so our viewers should know these rules. Probably we'll just tell them some of it.
Okay, so we'll give it back. We'll give it out again.
Yeah, so we'll
for our
just give
viewers'
it out
sake.
again, so our viewers can.
All right, let me give you the pleasure.
All right. So, Dele, the question I want to ask you, based on the rules set by football, we have a very absurd rule that says no touching and no tackling.
No hugging.
No hugging, no spitting.
No spitting in the pitch.
No spitting on the pitch, no goal celebration. How do you think this is going to work out in football, in the game of football that we know? And we've seen this happening. It has happened with the Bundesliga. The Bundesliga has not been able to hold it up. They had to cancel the no tackling rule. How do you think this is going to fit into the Premier League? And of course, Nigeria, Nigerian Premier League, as soon as we get the resumption date?
Okay, yes. One thing is that we have recommendations, we have suggestions, then we have rules. Now, the only body that is responsible for amending rules in the game of football is IFAB, that is International Football Association Board. Even when FIFA is interested in changing anything, in amending anything in the law, it will be done through IFAB. Now, I want to make it clear, categorically clear, that the only COVID-19 induced rule to the loss of the game as of today affect Law 3 that has to do with numbers of substitution that has been, you know, we have a conventionally 3 substitution in the game of football, but because of the anticipation of fixture congestion, it has been increased to 5. And even this is optional. That is the organizers, competition organizers, they can either take this suggestion of having 5 substitutions or not. Meanwhile, the only twist to it is that you will not have to stop the game 5 times to make your substitution. You know, when you have 3 substitutions, you can stop the game 3 times to make your 3 substitutions. Substitute 3 times at different times. But now that you have 5 substitutions, you still have just 3 opportunities to make the 5 substitutions. You can also make the substitution during halftime. So that means if you want to play 90-minute game and you want to exhaust all your 5 substitutions, you can either decide to substitute 1.
Okay, since we're having signal issues there with our guest, the FIFA-graded referee, assessor, and instructor Ighalo To, who is reaching us live via Skype from Agege area of Lagos. Ref, as soon as your signal comes through again, please do rejoin the program because there's still so much for us to talk about. Okay, I'm told that he's back. Hello, Ighalo, are you still there?
Yes, I'm there. So, like okay. I was saying that, so you are going to make your 5 substitutions at 3 opportunities. So that is the amendment. Now, the spitting. I've seen a lot of people saying that there'll be yellow card for spitting. FIFA IFAB come to make a clarification. You see, as it is in the laws of the game today, spitting at anybody on the field of play is a red card offense. But when spitting does not, if any spitting does not fall into the category of spitting at anybody, maybe involuntarily a player just spits or clear his nose, it is not practicable for disciplinary sanction to be awarded. So FIFA has said that there will be disciplinary sanction for a player that just maybe clear his nose or spit on the field of play, in as much as it has been suggested, appeal has been made to players that, okay, ensure that you don't spit, ensure that you don't blow your nose.
Hello, Ref. Hello, Ref. Permit me to come in there. If I get you right, what you're saying is FIFA has also sanctioned that players do not spit in the field or blow their nose while the game is on. Is that what you're saying? Or when a player intentionally spits on another player? Let us separate the two. Are you saying that a player who makes runs up and down the field, box to box, cannot spit to free his breathing space?
That is what I'm saying, that spitting at anybody on the field of play is a red card offense. That has always been there.
Mm-hmm.
But when a player spits to clear his throat or blow his nose, there is no disciplinary sanction attached to it. So players are just there is an appeal that players should not spit, don't blow nose. But if they do it, there is no disciplinary sanction. So
thank you so much.
That is the
thank you, Dele. So that's what we're trying to find out. We
just hang on a bit, Dele. We'll be back. Ref, we'll be back to you now. Just hang on a bit because
Paul,
they want to say something here in this studio.
Because that's what we're trying to debunk. Yeah, Paul, you have something to say?
It's a very clear rule, you know, from what the expert himself has explained. You know, there is no way you expect somebody who is running throughout a particular period of the game, you won't expect him to spit or clear his nostrils. I mean, it's parochial. It chastises rational reasoning. The aspect of making substitutions up to five times is also understandable. FIFA has been
5 times.
Yes, okay,
5 times.
You can do that 3
but
times.
it shouldn't be more than 3 times, meaning that you can substitute 2 players
at a time.
At once. You can substitute 5 players at the end
at once.
Even at the exploring the halftime or opportunity. So these are very decent introductions by FIFA, and it's understandable to a very large extent.
Okay, Ref, are you still there?
Yes, I'm there, but I want to quickly make a recommendation. I want to.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I said there are 5 substitutions, but you cannot make it 5 times. You know, you can only make it 3 times. All your 5 you can make it 3 times, or make use of your half time.
Okay.
When you make substitution at half time, it will not be counted as one of your 3 times.
But
what FIFA is trying to do, or what IFAB is trying to do, is that they don't want to team to say, okay, because they can make substitution 5 times, when the result is favoring them, they now want to waste time making needless substitution. So that is okay, you now just take time to make your substitution or during half time. So that is important.
But one more question, because I also read, I saw these in so many news articles and so many reports that came out, that they can be able to make one more substitution one more time if it goes into extra time. Is that true? They can have a 4th.
Of course, that has always been there. You know, before now, for a game that is a winner must match game, if it goes into extra time, they can make, and competition rule allow, they can make 4 substitutions. So it's now saying that for such a game, if it is played now, they can make the 6th substitution when it enters into extra time. So that is also there. And I also want you to know that this substitution rule will last till the end of 2021. So it is not an amendment that is going to be. It is not an amendment that is going to be there forever. It's just COVID-19 induced amendment. It will last till 2021, except IFAB now feel that, okay, we want it to be like that forever. But as it is now, it is an amendment that will last just till the end of 2021.
Ref, come on. Why should it be like that forever? Come on. Are you subscribing to the fact that these rules should stay forever?
We can never tell, because people have also been talking about cases whereby if goalkeeper gets injured during a game and a team has exhausted their substitution, you know, one of the players will now become a goalkeeper, and they feel that is absurd. Because in games like that, the goal margin is always very, very ridiculous. So if the number of substitutions is now increased, teams may now have to be economical with their substitution, so that if eventually anything happens, maybe a player gets injured or a goalkeeper gets injured, instead of playing a man less, or instead of using a player to be a goalkeeper, they can always have somebody to replace. So we can never tell. But then,
Honestly,
Ref, we're not going to let you go. Hold on.
Left me.
No, there's so much to trash out here. Go ahead.
If you ask me, I think this rule that has to do with substitution is a welcome development.
It's a welcome development.
And it should remain.
It should remain forever.
Permanent.
It should be permanent.
It will afford some players, a group of players, the opportunity to express themselves on the field of play. 3 substitutions limits the opportunities given to people.
I can understand what you're saying, but I can understand what you're saying. But how many times do you see players being substituted and they are not really happy about it? And again,
but then you heard what the ref said.
But
coaches use substitution to buy time, waste time.
Even with this rule,
they will still do it.
They will still do it.
They will still do it.
You can substitute 5 players at once, and it will take forever to carry out this substitution.
But about the goalkeeper, talking about saying it's unfair sometimes. I know it's a suggestion that sometimes you lose a goalkeeper and the player has to go in. But I think that's the beauty of the game. That's what makes the game legend. So I'm okay with that.
I don't know
if
how
you lose all your goalkeepers.
I don't know.
I think that's okay because we've seen games where players go to the pitch and it becomes you're on your seat watching the match because that's how it should be. So I'm fine with that.
Hello, Ref. Hello, Ref.
Everybody should be pleased.
Okay, just to tell our viewer that if you've just joined the show right now, this is Sports Safari, and we are reaching you live from the studios of Love Work Plus, wherever you're watching us around the world. What time it is in the day or in the night, depending on your location, we are speaking and sharing views with a super referee from Nigeria and the FIFA assessor graded badged referee who understands the round leather game inside out and of course the rules therein. Ref, just taking this discussion one step further, football is going to be played across Europe and across the world for now without a single fan in the field, in the stadium. As a referee, what do you think? What do you think? What will happen to football? Players are already protesting. Bring back the fans. This game is for players, it's for fans. The goals, fantastic goals, need to be celebrated. Jerseys need to be shared. Fans need to see their superstars. And organizers insist that the game is going to be played on empty arena. What do you think?
Number one, there is a saying that it is better to be safe than to be sorry. The organizers, they are not happy to bring this law, but it's like we have 2 options. Option number 1 is not to play football at all until there is solution to COVID-19. And option number 2 is to start playing football, but try to be safe and to be cautious. And I think for everybody, option number 2 is better. As a referee, I've officiated a game that there are no fans, and I tell you, it takes a lot of glamour away from the game. In fact, it's like a training. It's like a training ground. Sometimes, because sometimes even if you are watching a game on the screen and there are no fans, the instructions that coaches are passing to players, the communication among the players becomes so audible that you begin to hear it in your sitting room, and it becomes ridiculous. And all this would not be possible if we have the 12th player, that is the fans chanting on the stand. Yes, chanting on the stand. So I tell you, it takes away a lot of glamour. It takes away a lot of glamour. But I think between now we are just narrowed to 2 choices of let's play football anyhow we can play it, or let's wait till the end of COVID-19 solution. But I think playing football the way it is now, it is a phase. It's going to pass. We begin to see fun again. We begin to see beautiful celebrations again and all that. But for now, like I said earlier, it is better to be safe than to be sorry.
I must thank you so much for sharing your breakfast moments with us here on Sports Safari. Referee assessor, FIFA graded referee assessor, Dele Aton. I simply call him the super ref. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Super Uncle.
All right, Dele, have a good day.
We shall be reaching you in the course of the week for more on football. Okay, we've been talking with Dele Aton, Nigerian-born and Nigeria's FIFA-graded referee assessor, and he has really calmed us down here in the studio.
Honestly, I was even thinking that being a referee, it will even be a welcome development for him, because I feel that the fans add more pressure to the referees. So I was thinking that the referees will jump at it first time and grab it with both hands.
Why are you like this? This will not go away from football, really.
But speaking from the perspective of a fan, or from fans, I just like he has mentioned, definitely when you remove the 12th player, it's going to affect the glamour, it's going to affect all the enhancement that comes with football. But like I also mentioned, from the perspective of the officials, those officiating the game, I think that the issue of beating, the issue of crowd hostility and all that, we experience drastic reduction. So maybe
I read out my comments.
Look at this guy.
I read out my comments. I read out my comments. Moving on.
Okay. All right. I like that angle anyway. So referees don't have to leave the pitch with bandages and plasters on their
Nigeria Premier League and the African League, I should say, they don't have to run and leave the league.
I like that.
But trust me, even as referees, I should say referees in well-organized stadiums that are well-protected, security. You don't get to get that in modern football. No,
I think things have gotten better.
No disrespect to home.
in Europe. But here in this part of the world,
no disrespect to home.
all the home teams will win.
You're watching Sports Safari, and we'll take another break. When we return, the rest of the show from the news. Stay with us. All right, great to have you back. It's still Sports Safari. Let's take a quick look at what the news updates are in the exciting world of sports, and where else to start but from Nigeria, where the Nigeria Football Federation NFF on Wednesday announced that it has concluded all contractual agreements with GERNOT ROHR, German. He is to remain the coach of the country's senior national team. That's the Super Eagles, and I quote, he says, "I'm happy to announce that the NFF and coach GERNOT ROHR have concluded all contractual discussions, and he will stay as coach of the Super Eagles." That's quoting the NFF president, Amaju Melvin Pinnick, in a statement made available to Sports Safari. We have always had confidence in his abilities, and we are confident that the national team can only go higher from here. The German gaffer was first appointed as Super Eagles coach in August 2016 in a 3-year contract after Sunday Olise was sacked by the Nigerian Football Federation. He won his first game in charge of the Nigerian national team with a 1-0 win over Tanzania in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. All right, moving on, we talk another Nigerian, but from the English Premier League perspective. Shanghai Shenhua of China are open to allowing Odion Ighalo to remain at Manchester United until January window. United remain in talks with the Chinese club about extending Ighalo's loan deal, which currently ends on Sunday, and border restrictions may prevent Ighalo also from returning to China in time for the start of the new season in China out there. and in England, which has also been put for the month of June. We're still talking sports, and we move on to rugby, where Premiership rugby's plan to resume the season at the beginning of July and play the league season to its playoff final conclusions is looking unlikely after a decision to delay a return to training for at least another 2 weeks. The issue was discussed on Thursday by the Professional Game Board, which comprises officials from the clubs, the Rugby Football Union, and the Rugby Players Association. It backed the stance of the Premiership, meaning there will be no return to training until at least the end of the first week of June. All right, and the season resuming when it is safe to do so. Further updates on the progress will be made in due course. And that's talking rugby. June 17, the 2019-2020 Premier League season in England will resume June 17th. That's why I started with that date. Mark it and write it down. It has been confirmed that there has been no action in the top flight since early March, with all sports put on hold due to coronavirus pandemic. And let's cross over from England to Serie in Italy, which is also to resume 20th of June. Italy's sports minister confirms that Italy's Serie A will return on 20th of June. The country's sports minister, Vincenzo Spadafora, has confirmed that Serie A suspended on March 9, with Juventus leading the table by a point with 12 rounds of matches remaining, is coming back. And there we talk tennis and tell you that NOVAK Djokovic, you know him, sensational superstar NOVAK Djokovic, has returned to Serbia after being stranded in the Spanish resort of Marbella for 2 months due to the coronavirus lockdown, announcing that he has organized an event which will be contested across the Balkans. And he says, I'm delighted that Dominic Thiem, Grigor Dimitrov, and of course Alexander Zverev will be my guests here in my hometown of talking the Balkans, in the Serbia. The 17-time major champion Novak Djokovic revealed. This is the first time any of them will be playing here, and I will do everything in my power to be a good host for us. Nadal is also coming. I have no problem giving Nadal a call, but I wouldn't expect him to come over, except he decides to surprise us. Nadal may make that flight. All right, let's move from tennis to boxing. Anthony Joshua, you know him, Nigerian-born, British, undisputable heavyweight champion, is talking, and he says he wants to fight Tyson Fury and win his belt, fueling talk of a mega all-British unification bout. All-British unification bout. Joshua, who avenged his only defeat of his career against Andy Ruiz Jr. with an unanimous decision victory in December, is next scheduled to face Kubrat Pulev in a fight delayed due to the coronavirus outbreak. Fury, meanwhile, will face Deontay Wilder in a third bout after knocking the bronze bomber out in February. But with the boxing world desperate to see an undisputed world heavyweight champion, Anthony Joshua told Sports Safari that Tyson Fury, is on his hit list. You will be interested in this one, I know.
It is quite unfortunate that the boxing organizers, especially the WBC, have failed to look into the allegation of Fury cheating as far as that fight is concerned. Fine, the guy won the fight.
Please, which fight now?
I'm talking
Fury
about
cheat. Which fight now?
No, there is an issue regarding the way he put on his gloves, punching with raw knuckles.
But the referee checked the gloves before the fight started. The referee will check. The referee will check the gloves, check everything.
Now, there is a fight I'm trying to remember.
In fact, check whether you are putting on a ring.
Sometimes these referees are deceived.
Oh, please don't do this.
No, it happens. Now,
when they will tell you to remove the glove, let us see your hand.
There's somebody I wanted to go and check on Instagram. Okay, a notable figure in the US. His name is Young Pharaoh. I'll give you his handle. You follow him. It was a major verification, a major investigation that guy did as far as that fight is concerned.
And he said that
it was very obvious
Fury
that Fury's
did not wear his glove very well.
within his wrist, and he was punching with his raw knuckles. Now, Fury has been known for this before. So I think they should. I am not saying categorically clear that this is it is something that is obtainable, something that is
all right. Do we have Tyson Fury talking here?
But I think no, this should not be swept under the carpet. I think it should be investigated.
Okay.
Paul said
Fury is controversial. We know him. Drugs.
WBC. Paul said you should investigate Fury's glove. So please, I think we have Tyson Fury talking about Joshua, that he's going to whoop Joshua.
Yeah, let's skip and go to Tyson Fury. Yeah, because it's way down on our lineup. But we have boxing there. Now that Paul has made it
I think
he
defies rational thinking for we to have a Joshua
that he didn't wear his glove very well.
A Joshua Fury fight when you have an unfinished business between Wilder.
Hold on, let's listen to Tyson Fury. Hold on. Guys, let's listen to Tyson Fury.
Tyson, we had Eddie Hearn on a few weeks ago, and he was adamant that he was trying to get that fight on with you and AJ.
Yeah, Eddie Hearn talks a lot of hot air, as usual. I've been offering to fight Joshua for quite a while. I've been trying to make that fight happen for the last 5 years, and it's not happened at all. And Eddie's obviously Joshua's promoter, so he'll have to be speaking to my team to make the fight happen and give the fans what they want to do and stop running away from the biggest fight since Lennox fought Frank Bruno. Have the guts and step up to the plate and get flat and so on.
Brilliant. How do you think it ends up, Tyson, for you? Like, you versus AJ?
AJ's style is tailor-made for mine. He's an upright fighter walking forward with a classic defence, strong and powerful. He's got no footwork. He's got hardly any resilience. And he's a bit gutless when it comes down to getting clipped. So, yeah, I think I knock him out round 2, 3 rounds, 1, 2, 3 rounds. And first time I connect on him, his legs will do a dance. And I'll just jump on him like the little fat kid did before in America that time.
And you said 3 rounds and over.
Easy, not a bother. I'll tell you what shot it's going to be as well, Shredder. It's going to be a left up to the temple. And you're going to see him do a Bambi dance all over the ring.
The loud mouth.
I love this guy.
He's a loud man.
I love this guy.
He says he's
filled with the Holy Spirit.
He's going to do, he does it.
He's filled with the Holy Spirit. I love him. I love him.
In a controversial manner.
I love him.
I think he should work on the controversy.
I love him. Sports is all controversy.
He has always been controversial.
Win clean.
Hey, come on. What about Tyson? Hey, who would even bite in the field of? Come on. All right. Those are the trappings of the game. That's what make it, as interesting as it is, as electrifying as it is. But talking seriously, would you rather see AJ Fury fight or Fury Deontay Wilder one more time?
I've made it clear. We need to have the Joshua Fury fight conclude. There is a contract. The contract has to be honored. We need to see
Joshua Fury.
Joshua Fury.
Not Joshua.
You just said Joshua.
You just said Joshua
Fury.
Fury.
Sorry, I'm talking about Wilder Fury.
Aren't you tired of seeing Wilder Fury?
I am not tired of.
Aren't you tired of seeing Wilder?
Wilder is tired.
Because
Wilder is tired.
Come on, give him 10 million.
Wilder said he wants 10 million. Come on.
He knows they won't give him that money.
Okay.
But before we start talking about the Wilder Fury fight, 2 stories you took there that really struck me. I'm very pleased that GERNOT has a new contract. He's a man that has shown that he's willing to work, willing to serve our nation. And I think that one of the best things we want at this period is somebody who is willing. The man needs to work on his tactics. Okay, substitutions. I like the fact that he's grooming young bloods, working with likes of Wilfred and Didi. Victor Osimhen is coming. This is a welcome development. Then the Odion Ighalo story. I was made to understand this 400,000 per week for that's the Chinese offer, which I think he prefers Manchester United to.
Who wouldn't?
At the age of 30.
Who wouldn't?
It's not like
African. The guy is an African.
It's not like he prefers.
We have a Marcus Rashford. We have a Marcus Rashford. We have an Anthony Martial. He's going to be competing with these guys at the age of his of 30. Football.
Let me ask you: ROHR Miller scored for Cameroon at the World Cup in 1990 at the age of 40. I know where you're going.
Giving Rashford.
Giving Rashford.
Let me give him a reply for this. Ighalo is not refusing to say he doesn't want to go back to Shanghai. First of all, that money, he came to Manchester United a few months ago and to achieve a dream. This is his dream. If you listen to his interview, it has not
been fulfilled.
I'm
going to play that interview right now.
Yeah,
I'm going to play it for you. I'm going to play Odion Ighalo for you. Has he done well for Manchester United or not?
I said the dream has been fulfilled.
No,
I think at the age of 30.
No.
At the age of 30.
Manchester United be making a mistake to put that kind of money on somebody who has been banging in goals on arrival? He didn't need much time to fit in.
Now, this decision that he has taken is a very sensitive one. It is one that could either make or mar him.
No.
He is 30.
No. Shanghai,
and as an African.
Listen. His club has allowed all he wanted. This is all he wanted. He wanted the loan to be extended because he wants to conclude the season with Manchester United. The problem is Shanghai was refusing at first that they are not going to extend, but current reports we're getting now, they are willing to extend.
You know what I said to you guys?
He can still achieve his 400,000.
You know what I said to you guys?
I'm surprised, Bala. You're a Manchester United fan. You're a Manchester United fan. I'm very surprised because I know that when Odion Ighalo was coming into Man U, we watched some clips and we saw the quality of goals he was scoring for Shanghai. I know how much you criticized him.
I
knew how much you lamented his coming.
I did, but he has proved
now within a short period.
Within the shortest period in the history of football.
Is it enough to beat our chest and say that this guy is ripe enough?
I think it's enough.
Deal for 6 months.
I think it's enough.
We should remove sentiment from this.
Come on. Let me talk to Bode.
I am not against.
There's a clip. Hold on, brother. Hey, come on. He has done enough. You are not a Man U fan. You are not an Odion Ighalo fan. But let's take a look at Odion Ighalo. This is Odion Ighalo and why Manchester United will put down any amount of money to keep him till January. Odion Ighalo for you out there. Enjoy it and we'll come and wrap up the show. Don't mind this guy.
Paul, what you saying, Paul?
You need to. He has changed his mind.
I am not against Ighalo To Stay.
He has changed his mind.
What I'm saying is, it is one that could make or mar him.
Let's keep our fingers crossed.
6 months won't hurt.
It's a very risky.
Let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Guys, we have to go. We have to go. Come on. The time is so short. Hey, come on. Why don't we make this show 2 hours? Okay, but that has been another bumper package in the exciting world of sports safari. Just as we go, remember that we gave out a quiz and we asked a question: when was the inaugural season for English Premier League and which club won it? Thank you for all your contributions. Thank you for all your inputs, and we shall be declaring the winner when we return next weekend. But the answer to that question simply is 1991, 1992, 1993 soccer season, and the inaugural English Premier League was won by the Mercurial Sir Alex Ferguson for Manchester United.
Of course.
Man U fan, come on. All right, so we shall be declaring the winner when we return next week. Keep sending your contributions, okay? But we also told you that football is coming back. Let's quickly round off giving you the dates. And football is already back in Germany, and that was May 15th, and they're already in their second week. In Hungary, May 23rd, in Czech Republic, 25th of May, Croatia, 30th of May, Serbia, we talked about Djokovic returning to Serbia. 30th of May, football returns there, and our own there, Israeli League, 30th of May. Portugal will be back also 30th of May. Bulgaria, 5th of June. Switzerland, 8th of June. Turkey, 12th of June. Iceland, 14th. Sweden, 14th. And the English Premier League, June 17th. Yeah. Come on, Manchester City against Arsenal will kickstart that. We can't wait. Football coming back.
Of course. And talking about football coming back, we had during the week, it was Bayern Munich against Dortmund. Dortmund was at home, and what an interesting game it is. Why don't we wrap up with the show?
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Paul, for coming onto the show. Thank you so much. Let's do it again same time next week. Let's leave you with this clip from the Bundesliga, and that's Bayern Munich versus Borussia Dortmund. Super weekend. And we'll see you again. Bye for now.